Hello, it's Kirkendoll's In Messy Life. Welcome back to my channel. And it is Libra season, which means for me, I have a birthday this month, and this year I turn 30. And I thought, why not do a video about turning 30? A lot of people have all different ways of doing it or feelings, but I wanted to get on here and tell you at least how I feel about turning 30 and kind of the things of what I have learned so far. I am not a person that dwells on age, and a lot of people might laugh because they're like, well, you're young. But I am not. People are always focused on one group of just 20s. And let me tell you, that's such a small minority. You have your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, hopefully, ahead of you. And the 20s, you learn so much, you screw up so much. And I'm looking forward to my 30s because my 20s were kind of a nightmare. But also I did learn a lot. I tried a lot. So I'm welcoming 30. And is it where I thought I would be? No. But I tell you what, I never really sat down and did like a lifetime plan of, I should be here when I'm 35 and all that. I am not that type of person. And I never knew, even in my teenage years, 20s, really what I wanted and what my life would look like or how I would want it to look like. So I had no idea what I was in for. I do have my notebook here as well to kind of remember what I really want to get across. What is important to me and what was important to me earlier is just, it doesn't matter. In my early 20s, and especially 22, between 21 and 24, 25, it's like all about me stage, and it's just, no one can tell you anything. And I think we have to remember that, just to step out of their way, let them screw up. And I remember my mom doing that, and it did wonders for me to be able to have confidence and know at least who I was and what, maybe what I didn't want, because I tried a lot of things of, I'll go here, let's try this. And what's important to me now is, I really want to start off as like love. Love is very important. And close-knit family, my mother and her husband Dan, my cats, my boyfriend, and just kind of our close-knit family and making our own memories. And our cats are my boyfriend and my kids, and we love to take them to PetSmart, Petco, and have them go in, pick out their treats. And that's like our important time. It's not about the nightlife or going out all the time anymore. And I do enjoy still doing that, but it's just, I don't care. And the other thing, not everyone is going to like you. And that took me a long time to be okay with. Of, oh my gosh, they're staring, or do you think they're talking about me? And well, what happens if they don't like me? But I'd never want to be friends with them, right? I would never want to be friends with them. But what happens if they don't like me? I don't care now. And I am okay with that. I am okay with my soul, with who I am. And that comes with age too. I'm sure it does. I'm sure when I am turning older and older, it's that more of understanding. I tell you what has changed within the last couple of months that I've noticed is my skin on my face. I used to have really dry skin, and now I have a combo skin, like in my T-zone. So your hormones stuff do change. I don't think maybe for everybody, but I want to put it out there that yes, mine has changed. I want to, in my next 10 years, open my heart up more. That's something I never did in my 20s. And in my 30s, I want to open up my heart and just give love everywhere. Because I've never been able, that's such a scary thing for me to do. And I want to do that. I think that is so important. I am okay with having the resting bitch face. I have it, and I have no tact with it, and I'm okay with that. My boyfriend's not okay with me not having great tact, but that's what makes me me, and sometimes he gets a laugh in there with it. Not all the time, but you know, he loves me, so that's part of it. It's, you know, looking at people and being like, oh man. So I kind of look back at my 20s of, I'm glad they're over. I'm glad they're ending. I am glad they're ending. Let's see, what else do I have on here? I want, let's see, I learned still, I thought as I got older, kids would grow on me. I found out I still don't like kids. I'm not a kid person, and that's okay. I'm still a woman. I don't have to have kids. I can have cats. I don't need to be a mom of this. And you know, maybe one day I will get stuck with having my own kid, and maybe then, you know, it'll be a whole new thing of where I just love my own kid. But I'm not a kid person. I really don't have patience, and I've learned that I thought like with age I would have more patience. No. I don't have patience. Still don't. Therefore, it probably comes the realm with kids. My best friend, Kelly, opened a flower shop within the last 2 years. And I actually found out instead of buying shoes and clothes, that when I actually would purchase her flowers, or someone else would, or she'd send them to me, they made me feel beautiful, pretty. And the flowers lasted like a week, 2 weeks. And you can't always get that out of an outfit or a top, you know. I used to always buy my happiness, and now I want to say I can buy it with flowers sometime. Yes, I do like flowers. And what I learned is it's okay to do dessert first in a fancy restaurant. I remember getting shamed from my mother and boyfriend sometimes for like, no. And I would be like, why? Because we're always full at the end, and I like dessert. And if we're going to a fancy restaurant, you know they have good dessert probably, so let's try it. Why not? Sit there. If you're going out to dinner, make sure you sit there a little bit longer, make an event out of it. And get dessert first. Try it. Do that. The last thing that is really important to me, that was actually my grandfather said to my mother. And I remember my mother telling me, and even my grandpa telling me. And before I even tell you what it is, I want to say it is so important because I have MS, and my body is changed. My body changed at 24 when I had MS. It wasn't this young, vibrant, could go all the time. Which, you know, if you're in your 20s, you could, or at least I could, wake up, I could go on 2 or 3 hours of sleep, be hung over, do the whole thing, grab Mickey D's, and let's just roll with it. Go to work full time and do all of it. but at 24, I wasn't able to do a lot of things. And my grandpa told my mom when she was, I believe, 18 or 19, she met my father at the time, and he wanted to take her to Hawaii. And my mom, she'd never flown in a plane before, and that was her first flight, was a 12-hour flight across the ocean. Like, you know, Dad could have took her somewhere, you know, but that was her first flight. And he said, go experience and travel everywhere you can, because there's going to be one day that you don't feel like it or can't. And that's where I am at sometimes today, because I'm gonna be 30 years old, and there's some days where if I got the opportunity that I can't travel. And I think it's so important for people to, my boyfriend's always like, save money, do all this stuff, and I agree, but I'm always about, go live your life, go spend your money, go travel. I want to live in a different country for a couple of months and try that out. And I want to go to Disney World. And now here's the kicker with like any theme park or Disney World, like I want to do all the parks. I've never been besides Universal Studios. I would have to do one every other day because of my MS. I have to have a day to recover, so that adds extra money in there for hotel fares. So travel. And I've gotta say, 30 has looked pretty good, I think. Like, so I am wishing myself a happy birthday. If you are turning 30 this year, or whatever age, celebrate it, live it, get dessert first out on your birthday. If you're over 21, have some champagne and dessert. All right, guys, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.